Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you how to make Tahu Isi, or in English it says Indonesian's deep fry stuffed tofu. So for the ingredients, let's check down below. So obviously over here I have about 200 grams to 300 grams of deep fried tofu. So what you want to do with the tofu is really easy because we need to do stuffing. So this is the tofu. Just cut the top. Just like that, and then you can remove the inside of the tofu for our stuffing. So now you just remove the stuff inside. So it became look like this. You have to keep this on the side because we're going to use this for our stuffing too. So you're going to make sure it's really, you want to remove the inside of the tofu to be our stuffing. Now, for our stuffing inside, you will need cabbage, carrot, green onion, rice vermicelli noodle, and then inside of the tofu. So now, let's say you can always mix match this. So let's say it will work only with the rice vermicelli or carrots, or just these three also, or just these two. So it's totally up to you. But now we do the complete versions. So I choose to do with the cabbage, with the carrots, green onion, and the rice vermicelli. For the rice vermicelli, I'll show you how to prep this. So to really prep this one, you need to soak the rice vermicelli in hot water for about 5 minutes. So now, after it became soft like this, nice and soft, use a scissor. You want to cut them. You just want to make sure cut them really small for our stuffing. So it's really easier for you to stuff, and when you eat, it's going to be nice bite pieces. So now for the batter, you will need two kinds of flour. Number one is all-purpose flour. You will need about 150 grams. And then rice flour, you need about 50 grams. For the blended spice, you will need garlic and shallots. You will need about 5 to 6 cloves of garlic. You will need half of it to cook the stuffing, and then half of it for your batter. The same thing with the shallots, you need 5 or 6. For our seasoning, you will need chicken powder, sugar, salt, white pepper, coriander powder, and MSG. So now let's get to cooking. Alright guys, so the first step, usually you prep your tofu. After you prep your tofu, I'm gonna blend the shallots and the garlic. So after you blend this, so I divide it by half. So half I'm going to use for our batter, and then the other half I'm going to use to cook our stuffing. So now you want to stir fry your veggies. So first thing I'm going to do is the carrots. We're going to stir fry this until it's soft. Now I'm going to add our blended spice. Cabbage. I'm gonna add a little bit more water. Yep. Just a little bit. So now I'm gonna add the seasoning. For the seasoning, you will need half of teaspoon of salt, quarter teaspoon of white pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of sugar, just a touch of MSG, and now we add our tofu and our rice vermicelli. Now we can just mix everything up. Now when everything is about to cook, you want to add the green onion. I turn off my heat because everything is cooked. Now I'm just going to use the remaining heat on the pan to mix it. So after you mix in properly, you just put it on the side, let it cool down, and we're gonna stuff our tofu. So now, after you put it aside and cool it down for a little bit, so now when everything is cooled down, what you need to do is just put the stuffing inside the tofu. Make sure you pack the tofu with the stuffing. And then once you've done that, you want to put it on the side, and we're going to make the batter. For the batter, so this one is all-purpose flour. Just mix with your rice flour. You want to make this first. After you mix it, now our blended spice and the seasoning. So you will need about 1/2 teaspoon of coriander powder, 1/2 teaspoon of chicken powder, about 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper, and then 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. We're gonna mix all of this. Now we're gonna add some water slowly. So the water that I use is a cold water. All right guys, so this is the consistency that you're looking for. So it's still on the watery side, but it's not too watery. So now we're gonna fry our stuffed tofu. So our stuffed tofu is ready, our batter is ready. So first thing you need to do, usually what I do, I fill inside with our batter first. And then now you just dip it in, and then just make sure it's all covered in our batter. And then I'm going to use a spoon, and then we're going to dump it in the hot oil. Just make sure your oil is really hot. I mean, not too hot, but usually I use a medium low or medium. So now we're going to put it inside our oil. I'm going to use a spoon. And then usually what I do, I'm going to take a little bit of batter and then just drizzle it on top to create a thick, crispy layer. And we're going to keep repeating the process. So dump it in and then fill inside with our batter. And we're going to coat everything into batter. We're going to lift it with our spoon, and we're gonna put it in slowly, and on top just a little drizzle. Since everything inside is already cooked, So what you want to reach over here is the golden brown on the crispy skin or on the outer layer. So you don't need long time, probably take about 3 to 5 minutes. So usually, because this batter is really easy to cook, after a minute I flip it, a minute I flip it, within 3 to 5 minutes it's ready to go. So this is the final results of Indonesian's stuffed tofu. So now we're gonna test it out how crispy it is. We're gonna try it out, and then first things first, I want to give you the crispy test. So if you can see over here, this is very crispy. We're gonna open. So this is a very nice filling and everything. Now we're gonna give it a try. All right, so now let's give it a try. As suspected, guys, it's really crispy on the outsides. As you can see, you can hear, and it's very soft and savory inside, because you know the batter, we have the seasoning and everything, so you have the savoriness from your first bite to the finish line. So give it a try. It's really easy, and enjoy. So that's it for our today's video, guys. If you guys like this video, please give us a like, comment, share, and please don't forget to subscribe, because subscribe, it's cost you nothing, but it really helps us. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.